List of world's most powerful armies. War is a thing that never changes no matter what anyone has to say or do about life itself. Over the years, man has always been in conflict as it seems every little thing triggers their anger. Furthermore, from the way things are looking, it doesn't seem like war will ever be a thing of the past as it will always continue. However, there are different things one has to consider when it comes to understanding the countries that had the strongest fight back tool when it comes to war. On this list, you will get a first-hand view of some of the countries and weaponry, tanks, boats, missiles, jets, etc. Note 25 Australia Army. Sure enough, a lot of people do seem to have Australia on their minds when it comes to military power, but how you are in that Australia's military power stronger than the public is led to believe, as they possess well over 58,000 active soldiers, 52 ships, 408 aircraft, and 59 tanks. This is certainly a lot to have, and from the look of their weaponry base, it is clear their military budget is strong enough to sustain the power they push. Number 20 Forest Kingdom Thailand. Thailand is by far one of the most populated countries worldwide, and as such, for them to have strong power would not be strange if they decided to build a massive military. It would not be a complicated task, seeing they have multiple islands and already own around 81 sea vessels, which they could build easily. Furthermore, they have the financial support to boost their military power should they need to rally up and head to war for whatever reason. Number 23 is United Mexican State. Mexico has quite a large population of over 129 million citizens. This also comes with a powerful military of over 273,000 active military members. To add to that massive number, they also have well over 110,000 members in their reserve team that they can pull out if need be. Interestingly, the countries also have enough weapons to go alongside this strong team and a budget to sustain them. The country ensures always focuses on keeping its system intact and ever-growing. Number 22 is Peru, is a country in South America that's home to a section of Amazon rainforest. Peru is one of the few countries that they've a really low budget, standing at around $820 million per year. However, this does not mean their military power is not as strong as it ought to be, as they currently have over 100,000 active soldiers and close to 268,000 in their reserve. To add to this personnel number, they also have enough weapons and tools that can get them going should anything arise. Even though their budget is small, they still manage to sustain their strength. Number 21 The Netherlands, a country in northwestern Europe, is known for a flat landscape of canals, tulip fields, windmills and cycling routes. Amsterdam, the capital. Kingdom Netherlands Army details. The Netherlands has a smaller number than many other countries, but that doesn't mean their military strength is not at its best. The country has a large collection of military vehicles and fighter jets that the country ensures they keep in good shape to match the energy of the hundreds of thousands of active and reserve personnel. The country spends a lot each year, especially when it comes to maintaining the strength of its military. They spend an estimated $12.6 billion each year. Number 20 Army is Taiwan's Army. Taiwan, officially the Republic of China, is a country in East Asia. It is located at the junction of the East and South China Seas in the northwestern Pacific Ocean, with the People's Republic of China to the northwest. Japan to the northeast, and the Philippines to the south. Taiwan, like many other countries on this list, has a large population and also has a standard to keep their military powerfully charged, seeing the year right at doorstep of China. The country spends quite a lot to maintain their military, as to date, they currently have over 300,000 active members in duty with another 1.6 million in reserve. This large military strength is also accompanied by now fighter jets and combat vehicles that country spends a lot on each year. Number 19 is Norway. Norway is a Scandinavian country encompassing mountains, glaciers, and deep coastal fjords. Oslo, the capital, is a city of green space and museums. Preserved 9th century Viking ships are displayed at Oslo's Viking Ship Museum. Bergen, with colorful wooden houses, is the starting point for cruises to the dramatic Sognefjord. Norway is also known for fishing, hiking, and skiing, notably at Lillehammer's Olympic Resort. Norway is a relatively average population compared to many other countries on this list, and this is only off the reasons for their number of active military personnel, 26,500. They currently also have around 46,000 reserve soldiers waiting to provide active service whenever they need their assistance. Even with the small active amount of military personnel, as many people would say, they still have a lot more than many other countries with a larger population. At number 18, Switzerland is a mountainous Central European country, home to numerous lakes, villages, and the high peaks of the Alps. Its cities contain medieval quarters, with landmarks like capital Bern's Zibglog Clock Tower and Lucerne's Wooden Chapel Bridge. The country is also known for its ski resorts and hiking trails. Banking and finance are key industries, and Swiss watches and chocolate are world-renowned. Switzerland is a little bit on the questionable side, as many people believe that from their 8.4 million people, there should have been more than 21,000 active military personnel. However, they are classified as a landlocked country, and this status means they don't need any naval vessels. Switzerland has a lot to offer, and their strength, even not seen by many, is very much present, and if needs be, they will stand up for their safety. Number 17 is country Argentina. Argentina, officially the Argentine Republic, is a country in the southern half of South America. Half of South America covers an area of 2,708, an area of 2,780,400 square kilometers, making it the second largest country in South America after Brazil, the fourth largest country in the Americas, and the eighth largest country in the world. This is one of the most popular country for football. Currently it is world champions of football. There are some most famous footballers like Maradona and Messi. Argentina has quite a larger number of active military personnel compared to the last few countries mentioned on this list. Currently, their active military stands at around 75,000, and we can say they also have some good amount of reserves awaiting a call. The country focuses on its military to some extent, as they ensure around $5.6 million is allocated to their military financing each year. That budget is responsible for all personnel and machinery that is used. At number 16 is the country Malaysia. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country occupying parts of the Malay Peninsula and the island of Borneo. It's known for its beaches, rainforests, and mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and European cultural influences. The capital, Kuala Lumpur, is home to colonial buildings, busy shopping districts such as Bukit Bintang, and skyscrapers such as the iconic 451 meters tall Petronas Twin Towers. Malaysia has a population that sits well over 32 million, and while they cover smaller square feet than many other countries, they ensure they maintain a really strong military force. To date, the country has more than 110,000 active members in its military and over 310,000 in its reserve. Malaysia dedicates a lot of financing to the military, as well as to their machinery, as they focus a lot on their combat tanks and rocket launching vehicles. At number 15 is the country Czech Republic. The Czech Republic, also known as Czechia, is a landlocked country in Central Europe, southeast. Historically known as Bohemia, it is bordered by Austria to the south, Germany to the west, Poland to the northeast, and Slovakia to the southeast. The Czech Republic has a hilly landscape that covers an area of 78,871 square kilometers, 30,450 square miles, with a mostly temperate continental and oceanic climate. The capital and largest city is Prague. Other major cities and urban areas include Brno, Ostrava, Plzeň. This flag is known as coat of arms. The Czech Republic does not have as much military power as many other countries, even though they try their best to keep it going amidst everything. The country has around 30,000 active soldiers with an estimated 22,000 in its reserve. They have dedicated financing to keep their military going and are always looking for ways to improve and keep a stable force. The Czech Republic has an estimated population of over 10 million people and could use a little boost to their manpower from this number. At number 14 is Myanmar. Myanmar, formerly Burma, is a Southeast Asian nation of more than 100 ethnic groups, bordering India, Bangladesh, China, Laos and Thailand. Yangon, formerly Rangoon, the country's largest city, is home to bustling markets, numerous parks and lakes, and the towering gilded Shwedagon Pagoda, which contains Buddhist relics and dates to the 6th century. Myanmar has a population of well over 54 million people and quite a large active military force with over 406,000 active soldiers and a lot more in reserve waiting to be called for service. However, alongside their manpower, they seem to have a strong focus on air power instead of naval power. After all, it is believed the country has about 128 fighter jets and about 10 attack helicopters. They also designate quite a lot to their military budget, because this is a force that needs to be maintained. At number 13 is Ukraine. It is the second largest European country after Russia, which it borders to the east and northeast. It is also bordered by Belarus to the north, by Poland, Slovakia, and Hungary to the west, and by Romania and Moldova to the southwest, with a coastline along the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. To the south and southeast, Kyiv is the nation's capital and largest city, followed by Dnipro, Kharkiv, and Odessa. Ukraine's official language is Ukrainian. Russian is also widely spoken, especially in the east and south. Sign of Ukrainian Army. Ukraine 2022 will certainly be a year Ukraine will not forget in their history, as it marks the year they were invaded by Russian military forces. By far, Ukraine has one of the most amazing and impressive military forces compared to the country's population. Currently, Ukraine has around 3,780 for combat tanks, which is amounting to what a lot of countries would be combined. Furthermore, they have strong manpower as well, so their military budget is on the higher end. At number 12 is Sweden. Sweden is a Scandinavian nation with thousands of coastal islands and inland lakes, along with vast boreal forests and glaciated mountains. Its principal cities, eastern capital Stockholm and southwestern Gothenburg and Malmö, are all coastal. Stockholm is built on 14 islands. It has more than 50 bridges, as well as the medieval Old Town, Gamla stan, royal palaces and museums such as open-air Skansen. Sweden. When it comes to neutrality, Sweden fits this category all too well, as they tend to keep a low profile for their good. As such, at every given time one checks in, the country has only around 21,000 active soldiers and some soldiers in reserve as well. Sweden also focuses on investing in a few weapons, as they are known to have about 160 combat tanks, 138 fighter jets, and about 5 submarines. However, the active force is on the lower end compared to their over 10 million population status. At number 11 is Greece. Greece is a country in southeastern Europe, with thousands of islands throughout seas the Aegean and Ionian. Influential in ancient times, it's often called the cradle of Western civilization. Athens, its capital, retains landmarks including the 5th century BC Acropolis Citadel with the Parthenon Temple. Greece is also known for its beaches, from the black sands of Santorini to the party resorts of Mykonos. At number 9 is Canada. Canada is a country in North America. Its 10 provinces and 3 territories extend from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, and northward into the Arctic Ocean, making it the world's second largest country by total area, with the world's longest coastline. While Canada has a larger landmass than the United States, its population is an estimated 10% of what the US has. Interestingly, Canada has around 79,000 active members and is said to be one of the strongest military forces in the world. They have a large reserve personnel status and enough weapons that are well equipped to take on any tasks they set to complete. In addition, they have a set budget set aside to fully sustain their military power. At number 8 is Algeria. Algeria is a North African country with a Mediterranean coastline and a Saharan desert interior. Algeria has a large active military members force of around 800, which is more than 10 times the amount active in Canada. They set aside a well enough budget to sustain their large military status as well as the weapons used to strengthen said manpower. Unlike many other countries on this list, Algeria focuses more on ground attacks than they do on air attacks. At number 7 is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, officially the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia KSA, is a country in Western Asia. It covers the bulk of the Arabian Peninsula and has a land area of about 2,150,000 square kilometers, 830,000 square miles, making it the 5th largest country in Asia, the 2nd largest in the Arab world. Saudi Arabia has a large population, but we have to confess that their military strength is relatively small for the number of people living there. To date, Saudi Arabia's military force stands at around 231 active members and a budget that is very well sustaining. However, the strength of their military lies mainly in their large number of weapons, including a large number of fighter jets. They do have soldiers in reserve, but are a little on the lower side compared to many other countries in this list. At number 6 is North Korea. North Korea. When it comes to North Korea, we don't think there is another country with as many secrets as them. For a long time, North Korea has always kept everything about their country under a bushel, as they don't desire for their enemy to have any lead about them should anything go down and they may need to strike. So, when it comes to their military budget, their active strength, and those in reserve, we are not able to say. At number 5 is Pakistan. Pakistan, officially the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, is a country in South Asia. It is the world's fifth most populous country, with a population of over 249 million people, and has the world's second largest Muslim population, just behind Indonesia. Pakistan. When it comes to the Middle East, Pakistan is considered one of the countries with the largest armies and one with a powerful status. Unlike many other countries, Pakistan's military is unique in the sense that it operates under a different body from the government, as they are trying to keep corruption and politicians out of critical matters as it relates to the country's armed forces. If you ask us, a lot more countries may need to develop this tactic so they too can have a strong military force. Number 4 is India. India is one of the largest countries in the world, the 7th largest to be exact, so it should be no surprise that they should have one of the largest military forces in the world. Well, this is true as records show the country has an estimated 1.3 million active soldiers and a large number in reserve. India also has a large collection of machines and other weapons that they use to provide strength to their already large manpower. At number 3, China. China. When it comes to the strength and power of a military force, we can safely say China is by far the supreme leader. China has well over 2.3 million active soldiers and more than 1.2 million soldiers in reserve. They also have one of the largest military budgets in the world at an estimated $166 billion per year. With such large manpower and thousands of tankers and fighter jets, this budget is well worth it as there is a lot to sustain and maintain. At number 2 is Russia. Russia. When it comes to landmass, Russia has the greatest, so without a doubt, their military force has to be strong to protect the wide borders they have. It is reported that Russia has well over 15,000 tanks and more than 350 ships in addition to a large number of active and reserve personnel they have. Russia is known to spend the most money when it comes to cyber technology, as they use this method as a form of defense. At number 1 is USA. United States of America. The United States has always been at the forefront of so many things, and they find it hard to ever be outdone by anyone. Well, with China having such a strong budget set aside for their military, America has set to press them down as they allocate an estimated $682 billion annually for their force, where their military count is considered. They have over 1.4 million active members and close to 1.1 million in reserve. They also have huge amounts of weapons to add to their military strength. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you find a valuable and interesting information about world's armies. Stay tuned to watch more interesting videos.